Hello, hello. You know, nothing hits the spot quite like an old-fashioned PB&J. Alright, where are we? Don't leak this. Okay, never mind. Oh. Probably should have launched the game before. That's fine. Alright, we got a double header today. A lot of fucking videos. In fact, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I thought there was one more. What happened to that one? It is deleted. Interesting. It is deleted. Oh, why do I have audio playback? Oh, that's why. How many should I have? 8? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 7. What happened? Oh, because it's counting the one that's deleted. Okay, whatever. We have 7. Good enough. Yeah, he deleted his vid. I have absolutely no idea why. I watched it and I'm pretty sure it looked fine, but... Regardless, we move forward. Alright. Was gone last week for reasons. So, I have absolutely no idea how to find last week's leaderboard. As in the full top 1000. So I guess that's not happening. I could pull up. Not that. Actually, I have no idea what to pull up. Oh, I don't even have Discord open. Don't leak shit. Hold on. Okay, we're fine anyways. Okay, I'm sorry. This song just needs to end. It's over. Okay, you've stayed. Past your welcome. Let's go. Okay. All right, let's get started. I don't think anyone cares about the leaderboard for last week's race, so who cares? MOAB Crashers 208.10. The full... Oh shit, you know what I didn't do? My entire description is wrong for the times. I did not update the times. Okay, remind me to do that later. Yeah, pretty big spread, whatever. Let's just watch first. Okay. Looking great so far. I mean, really riveting stuff here. Wow, that was crazy. 208.10, which was, I think that was Cannibal's final time. Basically a second faster. And then again a second, that again was a second faster than third. So, not a very push top 3, but... Oh boy, this is one of those races where there's 87 different parts to it. Basically you're active the entirety of the race. Which is rare on a round 78 race. Which is good. I like these races, where it's not just half the races waiting, because that's boring as hell. Okay. I think the start here is pretty obvious. You're going ace 10 out of 10 times. However, we immediately deviated from top 50 by not going 2-3-0 attack. In fact, just to... I'm going to skip ahead here. I'm fairly certain that 4th does like a push top 50. Yeah, okay. So just comparing it to like this. This is what I would call like a push top 50, right? So it's good that we can compare push top 50 to actual top 3, right? So this is basically what everyone did, right? You went ace, which is always the best start. We'll talk about that shit later, because, Jesus, people have some opinions on that. And then we go into blade shooter, which, I mean, is also a very good tower. So this isn't like a dog shit strat, it's just not the fastest. And then I'm pretty sure second, I don't remember Canny's video. I don't know why the fuck he unpublished or privated his video, but I don't think third. Don't do that. Don't stop. Okay. Pretty sure third also does tack, but maybe I'm mistaken. Yeah, third also does tack. So different stuff here. Let's see. Well, first of all, big change is we're playing for end of round here, right? You have two options when we ace start. Number one, we can play for end of round, which is, well, I mean, you're always playing for end of round, but the difference is when you're playing for end of round in ace terms, you're doing super low start, and you're doing shit like this, right? Where everything's getting popped. And you're literally getting almost at every end of round, right? Into your whatever next tower. Versus just a Pierce send, which is, this is a 17, right? Like, a lot of shit's leaking. We're still trying to play for end of round, but we're also sending, I mean, just super early, right? Like, this, all of this is still here, right? Now, some of this is end of round, some of this is garbage, that doesn't matter, but, two different, basically, philosophies there. This just kind of shows how powerful end of round is in this game. I don't think people realize, still, even though I hop on it every single week. And almost every race is like crucial that you get end of round, right? People still don't realize how important it is to always play for end of round if you can, no matter what, in any race ever. So there's very few races we play no end of round, which is a lot of times you're starting from like round 10 plus and you have higher starting cash, so that really doesn't matter as much. So here we go, Druid instead of Tack. Nice intersection for Jungle's Bounty. Or, sorry, Druid of the Jungle. First target is on Strong. Some people hate this. I'm personally... I'm indifferent. I'm fine with it. Makes tech super easy. Or if you need to like snipe a fortified ceramic or ceramic, you just upgrade it and it auto targets Strong, so you don't have to fiddle with that. But it also means you somewhat waste a shot maybe here. I mean, technically it's still getting full pierce, but the first one's technically not in the intersection, but I mean, who cares, right? Yeah, free glue as well. Unironically helps these yellows. Even though it whiffs half of them. Wait, where did that shot go? Did that even hit? So that's a whiff. That hits. That hits. Okay, it just blended in. Upgrade this. Boom. Sell the ace. Again, I saw a lot of people, they like kept ace into blade, and then they kept blade into their other tower. It's like, guys, just sell. Like, we don't need this ace anymore. If we're not immediately going to bomb race, why are we keeping it, right? No idea. I mean, I guess it's easier flow path for flow chart, but why would you just not always sell it regardless? This gets sold for cheaper tier 3, classic, and we're already full sending. Look at this. So what are our sends here? 12. Again, super end of round reliance strat here. Then we go up to 27, because if we send 28, that first divine is going to get cucked immediately. And also, naturally, 27 is just kind of like, it's a good round to send at for Druid. And then we full send. Pretty logical steps here. 27, wait for leads, get it, and we full send. Super early. I mean, look at this. This is just, I mean, you love to see it, right? All you have on the board is is one Druid of the Jungle. That's it. That's all you need. And then we full send. God, I love races. I love that this is possible. And we're gonna sell this for mail. Now, a lot of times this is not good. Like, we would immediately die to leads, or we wouldn't get money, or just a whole other host of issues, right? But in this case, because of how the map geometry works, we've placed down Druid that has lead in such a way that it's going to take a while for these leads to get, like, to where it's actually going to be affecting mail, right? So, like, I can't tell how much lead is getting cock blocked. But it looks like it's using most of its pierce. Yeah, 100%. And this mail is less of a pierce everything mail and get smail. It's a survive mail, right? And a get money mail. So we finally get to see the cross path utilization as well. Boom, look at that. Now technically, 2-3-0 is better for races, 100%. However, it can be more nuanced than that. If we're not getting smail on our first mail, I think this makes sense. And also in this particular situation, 042 was better. You might have been able to do 2-3-0. You'd have to also ask Infinity on that. But it's nice that there is a actual incentive to figure out cross-pathing on mail, instead of just it always being the exact same. Alright, just taking a nice bite out of my PB&J there. Better spin direction. Yeah, if it's mail to a forward smail, I like the 240. Obviously you want your smail to be 042 or 052, but that's more of a luxury. Like, when you get smail, you're probably fine. We're probably not like really stressing about that extra 3 seconds. It's nice for smail chaining and stuff like that, but you know, beggars can't be choosers, right? So the smail crosspath doesn't really matter. But yeah, forwarding smail, I think you 100% need that extra pierce for the top path gives to afford it. But I like that 042 has utility, right, as seen in here. And technically it's also better for smail, so it's nice. It's nice that we have that now. Spices up kind of a boring crosspath, or a boring tower, otherwise. Two forward made more cash, but died because it doesn't clear the bend as well. Interesting. Okay. So we're here. We go 042. And always outbuff your males. Rule number 1 of male. Always outbuff it. Okay. Well, that's number 2 now. Number 1 is now crosspath. Number 2 is now outbuff, so. Yeah, you can see there's not, like, immediately leads. If there was leads here cock blocking this would not work. But because we have that druid, this is 10 times better. So we do this. He opts to go for just a single 3-2-0. Instead of, like, maybe doing 1 AMD. It probably is fine. Because, again, there's not many leads. He gets this in the correct order, obviously, right? Yeah. Gets that. That's fair. This mail lasts so long as well. Get Snowstorm. Still have money. Oh, and it's over. Okay, so we got 2701 left over, even from that. And I mean, there's nothing left, right? That bend, past that bend, it's 1 MOAB and all camos. And then we go rebuy smail, or rebuy mail. Again, this is what differentiates top 50 and top 3, and sometimes like everything that's not first, is the multi-stage process of getting somewhere, right? It's not just you buy your mail in the middle, you full send, you use mail, and then you buy smail, right? It's multiple layers, right? We get our first mail, and then we get our second ability tower, which in this case is Snowstorm, and then we get our another mail, right? And then it just keeps compounding off of that. So second smail. God, second mail. After this. Camo was a bit of an issue this race. But once you get well, once you get towers that detect camo, it's not that bad. Mail not having camo here is not that catastrophic of an issue. Oh, you Alex buff this. You up 3-0, that's all you need. I would have liked to seen an AMD on this before as well, but I mean, there's definitely leads there. I mean, once you snowstorm though, nothing's coming in, so you're probably fine. No need. I was gonna say for like the 5 leads that are coming in after, but like no, nobody cares about that, dog. Yeah, no, you don't need AMD that after snowstorm. I'll buff that, freeze that. Now, obviously, Smail's good, but we still need camos. You probably could do a lot of things here. He opted to go for 024 sniper with the brew. You could definitely do other things. It's just a question of if those other things would have been better. Who knows? Doesn't really matter. It worked. So again, I mean, I love this race. Just looking at this race, just all the moving parts to it, right? I mean, here we're at one male, right? Into snowstorm, into another male, into smale, into sniper, into AZ, into this. Like, there's just so much shit is happening. And we're not even done here, right? We're getting more stuff here. Then we're getting more stuff. Okay, we're skipping ahead, but you get my idea, right? Love the moving parts to this race. This is how all races should be. At least all 78 races. Okay, we outbuff this. This cleans house. I like this. A lot of people don't seem to ever think about doing this. It's re-alking their Smale. I guess most of the time it doesn't matter because you're already instantly killing everything with Smale anyways, but in this instance it really helps because of the increased MOAB HP. Just a nice little boost, right? It's 100% worth it as well. I mean, that uptime is just like, look at how long this is going for. It is a nice bonus to have this. I did just get done saying that it doesn't really affect Smale that much, but when you have it, you can feel the difference. So our goal here is to get something that's going to permanently defend these blimps, right? Smale is nice and all, but it's not going to permanently solve our issues, especially with fortified stuff coming up. And it's also a pain to micro. And it's just not going to clean up the BFBs fast. Like, we just want something more permanent, right? We want to stabilize. Smale is not really a stabilizing tower. So here we opt for Solver. There's not many other things you could do. I don't think you could go... Storm isn't going to help you, right? Some people could go that for top 50, but even then you went into Solver from Gluestorm. You could go... GZ was another one that I saw. I think Cannibalism uploaded that. Which we could watch later. So there's variations you could do, but Solver was just a very easy... just an easy way to do it, right? Boom. Now this is also interesting. The AZ. So I think you could straight up afford Solver here. But... you would have died? I think, maybe. Infinity can chime in. I would assume that you needed AZ not to die the MOABs. Now, in a regular race, if for some reason we couldn't Smale chain or we didn't want to Smale chain and we just went to Solver, this AZ micro I don't think was necessary. But in these circumstances, most likely needed. Whoa, two-man chat. What's going on here? Jesus. If I got ice off, it was over. Tarnwin bans Village for the... thinking it's a good choice. Listen, I'm fine with the camo ban. It makes us a little more creative, you know? Brings out kind of, you know, the sniper, the, maybe the 0-2-4 heli shit, right? So we got Solver. I still wouldn't say we've stabilized, because I'm pretty sure some of these fortifieds kill you if you don't act on them. This super brittle, or this brittle was, I think, A, to decamo, B, to get like some shard procs just to have more MOAB damage, and C, to get the +1. I would assume all of those combined was just like, it was just a good tower to get for all of those reasons. But it doesn't get every camo, so we have to get some shit here. You probably could have done... what could have you done here? I mean, you could have gotten, what, like one more brittle? Maybe an 0-2-4 sniper? Maybe something else. You probably didn't even need this camo crosspath. You could have just straight up ninja. Okay. We're missing a whole lot here. Back the boat up. Even further. Does he alk? He doesn't alk this ice. That's kind of a nitpick. I don't think you, like, technically it's the right play, but in this instance, I don't think it makes sense to, because you're not, like, you just want the stall. Like, oh boy, +1 damage. Yeah, technically better, but, eh. I mean, you're wasting time microing when you just need to get the BFBs and MOABs froze, right? Brew this solver. Not cross-pathed. Doesn't really matter. And we want to re-alk buff it at ASAP. Boom, gets it back down. 3-2-0, good cross path. This is the Dark Souls 2 OST? Why is it so slow? Come on, I need some step. There we go. Still skipping ahead. Alright. We get the decamo. You want decamo even if you are fine for more solver pools. I might buy that. Most of the camos are P-frosted from AZ, so they stack nicely with shards. I also might buy that as well. Get Jitsu. Don't think this alk buff on the Jitsu is necessary, but it helps. Quincy, which apparently, I think, helped on the ZOMG, but I don't know if I'm buying that really. And then the sticky bomb for the ZOMG. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but why are we getting a second sticky bomb here? Is it just for the fortified BFB? Because I'm curious if you ever tested just having like a 204 sniper proc down the ZOMG rather than single sticky. No, that wouldn't have, because you'd have to sell that anyway for SAR. I was gonna say you needed 204 anyway, or 205, but you'd have to sell it to afford SAR. Maybe? How much money do you have here? Sell. Yeah, you would have to sold it anyway, so it doesn't even matter. So sticky was probably better regardless. High level Quincy for 500 is surely worth the money for ZOMG pops? Okay, let's see this Quincy. 2,500 damage. Surely that's worth it. Let's see it. You get it here. When are we attacking the ZOMG? Okay, we still haven't attacked it yet. All of its damage at this point is on anything that's not a ZOMG. Okay, now we're attacking the ZOMG, and we've level 3'd. And level 3's over. And now it's not even attacking it. Yeah, no, I'm surely sure that that did a whole lot of damage to that ZOMG champ. Quincy cost 500? I still would not have put it down if it does absolutely nothing. If this race were tighter in money, but you still did the same everything, like the first thing you would cut is Quincy, right? Maybe the alk buff on the Jitsu and other garbage, but like Quincy's going. He's gone. Look at the exit at 2 minutes. Yeah, you almost leak. I don't know how that's possible. Some BFB popped? Oh, I see the culprit. Bottom right BFB kind of just slipped by. Is your solver not on strong? Wait, how did it get so far? Oh, because you afforded Solver. Wait, but it's... The leftmost BFB is coded. I guess Solver just needs to hit, like, the cross-map snipes, and it wasn't hitting this one. That's hilarious that you almost died. Quincy also is doing nothing to help that either. Solver cannot kill full HP MOABs if the first hit is after they are coming back past the entrance. That happens with most of the BFBs. With only one sticky, I often clear both BFB and ZMG. Right. Did we skip ahead too far? Where were we actually supposed to be? Right, first sticky. On ZMG. We pre-place our sniper in 200 Alk for clean. That's smart. If you can afford it, might as well. And then we put down our soon-to-be SAR. And then we just do a quick upgrade, boom. No cross path on this. I would have cross pathed it. I mean, you got the money. Look at this. Money reserves really tight there. Nah. Cursing discipline on increase the range. You know, I just realized that it was an indirect nerf to the bad crosspath ninja. 420 just got worse because of that. Surely they address that in the next update. Fell clean sometimes earlier in the race, trying to do 302 snipers instead of 205. Yeah, I can see that. Because, I mean, you see when you saw, right? You have to sell everything. And if you have 302 snipers here, right? If any one of those rainbows is popped by some random bullshit that you left behind, like we have pinks, right? And then those pinks are, I mean, it's just garbage, right? So I can see the merit in having your E-def. Alternatively, you could have just put, like, I don't know, a tower at the front. But this works. I also probably would have upgraded the sniper to at least like 202 or something. Because you clearly had the money, right? Like before selling, like you have 4K. I guess maybe just in case you wouldn't, if for some reason you're short 5K on subsequent runs, but no big deal. I don't know how people rated this race in Toby's, but as the perspective of watching the top run and runs plural, I really liked it. There was different strats. The race was engaging. Didn't feel too RNG. It was a rare 78 race that, you know, wasn't over halfway through. We used tech that was buffed recently in the past update, right? The male, I think Cannibalism used GZ, which, I mean, Pierce got increased, so that was nice. Solver got nerfed, so it was an instant win. Yeah, all around, I think it was a good race. It got 4.6 average and Toby rated it 7. Wait, 4.6 out of 10? What did you people normally rate races? Because if you guys always rate races at like a max of 5, then I can understand. But 4.6 is criminally low. I don't know what people's problem with the race was. And there was just so much variation too, right? Like top 50 was different. You could probably do 20 different strats even within top 50 strats, right? If you were creative enough. Not just copying a YouTube strat. The average ranking for races are like 2 to 3. All right, that's good to know. No, I'm surprised by that. All right, let's watch second. By Cannibalism. It was about 1 second off, but I believe it was a different strat. And you can already see a difference here. The 20 instead of the 12. So completely different philosophy. Oh, slow down. Slow down. So this is, again, completely different send, completely different starting tower. Other than ace, obviously. Go for blade. Yeah, an interesting 21 here. I don't know how crucial that was to hitting end of rounds or something, but it's an interesting observation. And also holding the 27. And this is super interesting. We're sniping end of rounds. Sometimes we do this with sub or buck. Or even dart. But in this instance, 2-1-0 druid. Or rather, we upgrade, right? Yeah, 1-1-0 druid. And I mean, again, everything's completely different here. Like, I don't even know where to begin, right? Round sends are different. The timing is different. We have an ace as sort of an end of round clean. We have this druid up top as end of round clean. We're getting mid male, different cross path. Like everything is just different. Triple AMD. Would you count this as triple AMD or double AMD brew? Because technically there's 3 AMDs. But the only reason you're getting the third AMD is because you're logically going towards brew. So you 100% needed these AMDs for this mid-mail. When I did this mid-mail, I was doing like, I want to say 2 AMDs, or 1 AMD, 1 brew. Then it was shit. And then I tried like quad AMD, and it was like 10 times better. Like, leads will seriously fuck you up. I mean, you probably even could have done 1 more AMD here. I'm not sure if you tested that, but yeah, at least 3 is 100% necessary. So we kind of follow the same philosophy. We go 1 male into second, but again, different position, slightly different ice position, but that doesn't matter that much. Early trap as well. God, did I say that this race was like, okay, I'm going to change my opinion. This race was great. Just seeing the difference between first and second, and knowing that even third is different than that, and top 50, this is what every race should be, right? Different strats being almost identical if pushed, right? I love seeing it. So early trap, boom, sell, get the brew. No cross path on that, as usual. Makes sense. Boom, we get this. Did that even land? Surely that landed. Yeah, it did. I'm crazy. The 031, or the 030 foam. into the GZ. Look at it. It's so fucking different than first. It's crazy. So we go... Okay, hold on. I'm trying to think what happened, what was different. So instead of second AZ, or instead of second Snowstorm being AZ, we go... Okay, hold on. No, I'm crazy. This is our first... Yeah. First Snowstorm is this. Get this back, sell that, get that, then get GZ. So let's compare timings here. Between this and first. Get this. When are we getting AZ? AZ is acquired with 4,700 left. We have a glue and a base alk down at 107. Here, we are at AZ 59. Wait, how is this so different? How are those timings so wildly different? So obviously that's first mail. We buy this at 44. When is first? Also, why is this not in full screen? When is first? $45. So the timings on this are about the same. Sell for that. Oh, you know why? Because he has top path. Yes. Okay, that makes sense. Opts to go for top path on the... Wait, did he even cross path? Huh? Really? Was that really the optimal play? Was no cross path? Surely this MOAB is not an issue. To just let it hang for a bit, right? Well, hold on. He has to get shove, right? But that doesn't matter, yeah. Because the second MOAB is always going to be there. I mean, it's kind of tight. Why not save a bit of cash not cross-pathing? Well, I just assumed that you could let out your Smail for a little bit longer, right? Although you didn't even sell it when it was dead. I was gonna say you could maybe use a bit more cash with the Smail. Still buy AZ and GZ, but then you have like 13k maybe? 12k? You could buy like 2 shoves or a shove and like some other stuff, like I don't know. It just feels weird like selling it that early. Surely this MOAB isn't an issue. Listen, I'm just saying he has options, alright? Best to go AZ, GZ, ASAP. It's already killed all balloons by that. It isn't killing MOABs from him. Do I believe you? I like the pre-alk buff on this though, that's good. Something Infinity didn't do. Would I have done anything differently here? I don't think I would have gotten Pursuit. I would have gotten 013, 100%. I then would have got... I mean, I would have put a tower down, right? Like... a double guns, a druid, like just something, right? Maybe a druid? I would have gotten a tower for 2200, right? Something, just in case. So, hold on. Let's go back. So that's what's happening, is he's selling way earlier. That's where the timings are misaligned on first and second. Okay. Just a single 032 wizard would have made this race. Wouldn't have made this race any faster at all, but would have saved so much runs. Actually, never mind. Would be faster. You can skip the whole snowstorm part. Hold on. This is a super quick side tangent. When you're talking about the ideal, okay, I'm talking ideal ratio of peanut butter to jelly on a PB&J. If you say anything other than hold on, let me rephrase this. If you're making a PB&J, your jelly ratio has got to be at least 60%. There's got to be 60-40. At least. Okay? What carries the PB&J is the jelly. That's just non-negotiable. Right? The peanut butter is a necessity. But it's not getting the awards, okay? The jelly is. Jelly will make or break the peanut butter. Again, at least 60-40. I might even sway to 75-25, but you know, that's a whole different discussion. Okay. We continue. Whoa, look at that. GZ isn't pathetic. So obviously, I'm actually curious. Does it kill every single thing on the screen that isn't a blimp? I think it does. God, thank God they buffed it. You guys are so welcome for that one. Okay, so GZ is okay now. Basically clears the whole screen. We get Spirit. Kind of little... Oh no, we always keep this, right? Yeah, GZ makes enough money that we just go straight to Spirit. I mean, it's a little tight. It is a little tight. But you probably could have easily just sold Shove and then rebought Shove when Spirit makes 200 rounds. I don't think this is tight at all. Shove does work. One OD, one sticky. I'll be honest, I think I watched this. It's a little scuffed. It's a little scuffed. So we have... We're buying and selling OD. I mean... I don't know. This might be the best play, but this looks a little scuffed, you know? How close are we on this clean? Oh, we're cutting it a little close. Sar goes off it. We have 2 seconds left. But we double sniper clean. What is this? Did you try buying an 040 ICE ASAP after Smail? If you could afford 040 plus 050, use 050, sell for GZ, use 040 when the 050 times out. Been going for an hour and gotten through 2 runs of the first race? What is an interesting race? From 2 very different perspectives. But I think we're probably done with this. Yeah, good race. Or good second. I mean, I could probably sit here and like theorycraft how you would do this race different. Or like this particular strat different, but I did not play the race enough to really do that. And that would take way too long, so... Third place by Duke. Possibly different. I don't remember when I watched originally. Do the 20. This might just be an attack. Probably doesn't go GZ though. Oh. Yes. We do the late 21 and 26 foregoing 27. Bottom ace, do we do top druid? Alright, so I'm seeing a little bit of, seeing a couple similarities here. Just a couple. How many AMDs? We got 1. Can we get 2? Can we get 3? Can we get 4? No. Wow, this looks tight. Alright, there's some difference here. Interesting positions. Kind of just let shove, just chill. I mean, didn't really attempt to micro. We just kind of parked it there and said that was good enough, I guess. Okay, another bit of a little flex here. The classic Duke. Again, almost death as well. I'm not sure why we don't have an alk buff on this. Bit curious as to why that is happening. Okay, we just needed to wait a bit. That's fair. I mean, technically, Shredder isn't a meme. Like, if we had no other tower, Shredder is a good cleanup. And viable. Especially if you don't go the doo-doo crosspath of 520. I mean, also unironically, I mean, it cleans without doing anything else. Like, you literally just get to tower and the screen is wiped, so not a meme at all. Oh, also there's the, so he doesn't send 80 because he wants the Shredder missiles to actually target things that are useful, right? So the fortified BFBs, and then the BFBs at the end, because then he just BMAs 80. So that's smart. I like that. I don't know what this clean is. Like, can we not afford? a sniper? Are we too poor to just buy a sniper? What's going on? Why does he go 5-2 every time? I have no idea. I mean, it kind of makes sense on this race because you don't have camo, but I might have still went 502 and just gotten a decamo or something. I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of camos left when he gets it. Actually, that's a complete lie. There's no camos. But you'd have to get a decamo. And maybe he just didn't want to fucking bother. I don't know. Could TT have also worked? Tech Terror? It's after GZ killed the density. Yeah, he did almost die. I mean, that's what you get when you have Shredder, right? I mean, I don't know. I mean, I would have just put a trap. I don't think I would have put a Roth, but... yeah, I don't know. There's not much to talk about. The early is basically the same. He almost dies here, it looks like, but not really. He does cut it close. Only 023 sniper. Wait, that is... What is happening to that ceramic, and how is it getting shredded by this sniper? Am I crazy? Why is this 023 sniper doing so well? Obviously it gets camo bonus, but... Is that really carrying it that hard? Whatever. Yeah, it's a strat. It's different. Clean's unique. That's about all I'll say. Foam better than 023 sniper. Faster sends. That is MOAB Crashers. What I would rate this race as? I'm gonna say 8 out of 10. But maybe higher. I don't know. I don't know. I can't comment on like the RNG, right? Because I didn't play it extensively, so I couldn't truly rate it higher than 8 without knowing how hard it was to get runs like this. Or if you died random bullshit, right? If you didn't properly do it. But it looked like a cool race. Yeah. Oh, we have 4th. Do we have 5th? Wait, we have fucking 2 more videos to watch. What am I doing? I mean, these are probably not that interesting. But let's see how we how a top 50 is pushed. Would have farm enabled this race? What changes? You just go ace and then get the end of round for farm and then full send into a tower? Okay. Not really trying to snipe any end of round, we just get that late. That makes sense. How many AMDs? No. Listen. Always just get the crosspath on Brew. Not only does it affect AMD, it affects Brew. And we only double AMD'd here. Without a crosspath. Also, did we sell? I feel like we almost sold before that was over. Maybe not. Ice stalling. Interesting. Still NLL. Okay. Okay. Okay then. Lot of camo shit happening here. And we're still going into spirit. Okay. If you're getting a spirit this late, I wonder if it would have been better to put it, like, somewhere else. Oh, also, this is a tip, all right? This is a tip. This is what they don't want you to know, okay? Trade secret. Where's this map at? Put down this, right? And you put down this. And then we send this balloon out. Now you might be thinking, well, hold on there, champ. We need to get Heart Thorns. But wait a second. What if I told you about this maneuver, okay? Boom. Just like that. That's all you need. And now with this technology, guess what we can do? Boom! Larger radius. So this is what you do, right? Technically, you should also do this. That's the tech that we should be employing. Okay? Yeah. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. We know. Yeah, it's not for you, okay? It's not for you. Did I miss some stuff? What's going on? Yeah, we get that. Uh-huh. Yup. Yup. Okay. This overdrive is hitting the MOAB or the ZOMG for like 2 seconds and then it's already gone, so that's kind of a waste. That's fine. I guess we're hitting the fortifieds. Level 10 Quincy? Okay. Why are we almost unironically dying? What's happening here? Is this a level 10 Quincy clutch? Have we finally found the use? For level 10? Spirit would have killed those? I don't know, it's looking kind of close. It's looking a little close. What is it? Is it on strong? It's not targeting first, is it? No. Okay, the ZOMG is just chilling, but I guess it's fine. Because we get VMA. Oh, we paused? Why? What's happening? What was this pause for? What, did we not think we're getting VMA? Putting a sniper behind a tree stump and then promptly selling it is also a maneuver. Did we even peek clean? Yeah, we did. Okay. Wait, this was first? The day what? This is day 2 time? Why did you not push this? No grit. Sniper for the red BMA leaves? What, you think Quincy isn't capable of doing that? What do you mean? Yo, this is a little loud, no? Oh. Okay. Pretty sure that's the same volume, but whatever. Alright, so we have multiple uses of Quincy. Alright, number 1. Level 10. Look at this. Real level 10 tech. I've already lost it. Boom. And, number 2. Instant BMA red cleanup. No other tower required. Look at this. Such a good hero. $213 is push for that? I bet you 100% could. Yeah. Day 1 he said it's not pushable? Right. I highly doubt that. His entire early game tech is him getting blade, or him getting mail in his original blade spot. And then getting snowstorm. That's it. What is his spirit on first? Propaganda. It's clearly on strong. I mean, it is targeting, obviously, the ceramics. So, I mean, it's going to target first regardless, because the strongest bloon is the first bloon. This is what top 50 guides use, but with glue instead of ice. Yeah, I think this is... Is this glue? I want to see a glue strat. Oh, it's not going to be glue strat, is it? What was the fastest uploaded glue strat? I'm curious. It might be KLTVs. Okay, can we have a talk about the exposure of this image? What's happening here? Why is the brightness so fucking high? How do you record this to even make it look like this? What? What? The exposure is times 10 on this image. Okay. I think this is glue. I'm a liar. Oh no, it is. Oh, and it was bomb race too. Dude, you could do so much shit for this race for top 50. What a cool race, man. So many options that were at least viable for, you know, top 50. Okay, we did this. His OBS is dark, so he raises exposure. It's a dumb OBS thing. I'm pretty sure that's user error. I don't know. I mean, surely you were able to fix this somehow. 100% that it's user error. I don't believe that it's some weird fucking only his OBS has that issue. Mine does? What versions of OBS are you guys using? Some weird cracked, malware infested ones. Ice obviously better, same initial cooldown, but ice actually stalls camos for you while you wait. I mean, yeah, that makes sense. Vietnamese OBS. Alkbuff Quincy. Hour and a half? Yeah, that's how long I've been streaming. What was like the day one times? Give me like a, yeah, give me a Finn video. What did my man use here? Wait, he's using ice. He's ahead of the times. Why does this look more like a top 3 video than KLTD's? Wait, unironically. He has like all the same towers too. Does he get sticky bomb? No, no sticky bomb. Top side attack zone. Interesting. Also, sniper there instead of just at the back, where it gets better shrapnel is a choice. I mean, aside from early game, it's actually not bad. Mid and late game. Yeah, this is like almost top 3. Ish, in a way. I don't understand how you even get 230 this race. I mean, you just go way slower early, right? Like, look at, we don't sell into anything, right? This is like the entirety of where the time loss is. Everything else is actually pretty, like, smooth. I mean, for a day one time that you're gonna show to, like, your people, it's not bad. I love Quincy just seeing 2, like, pixels of the track, though. Like, it has to be back here. Not even a little bit further up. We gotta put it at the very back. Yeah, this isn't bad, though. For a literal day one time. What was pars? What was... Hold on. Wait, this is a race mod as well. This is actual day 0 time. Well, he caveats it with no MK, mobile friendly, no hero, no micro. Why are we at 29 lives? I'm pretty sure top 3, like, NLL'd. Why are we almost dead to camo? Wait, we're almost dead to camo. Get camo, sir! Okay, he got it. Oh! Oh! Oh, I thought it was gonna get through. Roth is too good. Dude, remember when they buffed this tower? Look at this thing. Look at how bad this tower is. What is this thing's purpose in life? Like, honestly. Who was this made for? I mean, I did just send it a bunch of shit, but like... If you... I'm trying to think, if you actually buff the puddles, would this be useful? Maybe, because right now the puddles do like 1 damage and like 2 pierce, right? Like, they're nothing. I don't know if you would ever make this useful. Probably not. It's also so expensive. Like, this compared to a... Like, holy shit. Look at the price difference. Hold on. That's actually a perfect time to bring this up. Where does this exist on? How much do you think this costs? How much do you cost, sir? $200, $300, $25, $38. So that's like 4, 5, 6, 7. You have to get the crossbow. It's like a 10k tower? Holy shit. We're almost at like 240 mortar. We're past 240 mortar. I wouldn't even get this over like a shards though. Like it's a tower that has this price class, but it performs like it's in this tier. Pre-stim 420 glue is not bad. Liquid is actually quite good? You don't believe that. I don't believe that you believe that. Yeah, if you just send ceramics, then like we start talking about a tower that's pretty good, right? Yeah, I mean, look at this, right? This is literally 999 ceramics. Well, it's funny that it does this versus ceramics, but this versus rainbows, right? I'm like, unless your race is like 81, around 81, full send, and you just have this, like maybe? I don't know. Yeah, the puddles kind of fuck it up. Try 81? Like 81 rainbows? Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, I can see a world where... Like, what is this thing's max DPS? Like, if we literally just... So you'd be doing this on like on an 81 send. It still doesn't have Pierce, right? Like, I'd still rather have Alk buff recursives or Rofs. Like, even though they're doing jack all to the ceramics, right? We're still actually like, we just have Pierce. But remember, okay, not every ceramic, no, it's not going to be all ceramics. It's just going to have no children, right? So this is not very accurate at all. It also shoots really slow. It also has no camo. I think you're coping if you think we can ever use this in a race. I don't know how many things you would have to restrict in order for us to use this as like a mid-game tower on like an 81 send. I guess it doesn't have to be a race tower, right? Like, it's not really meant for high Pierce. It also does a MOAB DPS. You're using that very loosely, okay? It damages MOABs. I wouldn't say it's MOAB DPS. Yeah, I'm not calling that MOAB DPS, champ. Yeah, that looked super good. And also, with how the way it works, if it's out of range, it just can't apply. Like, it's just over. All 109 DPS. That is crazy. Okay. How did we get off topic? Where were we at? What happened? Oh yeah, we're watching, reacting to Day Zero times. I mean, I think, unironically, I think Kalpus is like a top 50 caliber player, right? I don't know how much he has, but... I'm pretty sure this is just a combination of Day Zero time and, like, not caring that much, and also, like, know everything. I do still love how we're almost dying to stuff, though. What was Par's top, or Day Zero? 225? This is probably Gluestorm. If I had to guess... It's not. Okay. Okay, we've seen enough. Did we watch the end of this video? Yes, we did. Is that the entirety of... Wait, did we watch 5th? Yeah, this was 5th. Did we watch it? I don't even remember. I don't remember if we watched this, I'll be honest. But it's looking pretty copy-paste. Oh yeah, we did, because we commented on the no alk buff. Or no crosspath alk buff, right? Wait, no, that was 4th, was it? Is this 2 people? Don't tell me that people copied some weird video. No, because this is crosspath. Or was it his first one? It was his first one as well. Both of these people. They copy the bad, but at least here's the thing. I don't like strat sharing that much. As in, like, you're intentionally, like, in a fucking group chat, right? Chatting on your keyboards, blah, 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 with the intent of, like, everyone in there getting, like, a good time. If you're just chilling with a buddy in VC, and he's like, hey, dumb fuck, you need to change this about the race, because you're doing it wrong, and you do it, and it's better, and he's like, oh, okay, thanks, right? I don't consider that strat sharing, because the other guy isn't getting time, and he just watched you, okay? But if you're gonna copy somebody else's, like, video, at least optimize it, right? At least look at everything and be like, okay, hold on. I could probably do that a little bit better, right? On the few races that I have gotten the strat, right, I'm at least looking at it and been like, okay, hold on. Like, we can change this at least. Like, a little optimization here. Not like full-blown, like, strat changes, but just like tiny optimizations that you see, right? At least do that. The least you can do if you're strat sharing. Come on. I don't know why this video is at 2 FPS. Is it me? No, the video is literally at 1 FPS. I don't know how this is possible. Unless it's just OBS, like, encoding overload, and it's not actually the game lagging, but just OBS is shit. That happens sometimes. That's probably what's happening. Yeah. My OBS uses 0.02 CPU. Yeah, people say that all the time, and it's like, dog, my laptop from 2011 that has like a very, very mid-range like CPU in it, like runs OBS and BTD6 fine. Like, there's just no excuse. I'm sorry. Yeah, this is pretty cut and dry. It's pretty same old, same old. Wait, why? Why? Okay, I'm back. Uploaded 2? I'm good. I mean, this is, top 5, that's all I've got. Did anything interesting happen? Watch every uploaded video of the race no matter the time? True. I'm actually curious. How many different uploads of this race can you find? Like, did someone just upload like a 7-minute time, do you think? Hello? Hello? Excuse me? Okay. Sort by upload date. MOAB Crashers Medium Standard Race BTD6 Balloons Tower Defense 6. This is an 8-minute video. Let's see. Quincy. Round 2 start. I like it. We're going to speed this up just a tad bit here. We're getting... you know what? I like this guy already. Look at him. He's getting the end of round. He's not sending more than he needs to. Boom. Instant end of round. Now, we sent a little bit... I mean, round 4 is a hard one, right? The sniper is an interesting choice. I'll be honest. And a first sniper also. He didn't like it. I like that. You recognize your mistake. And you think, you know what? This just isn't working. I like this. He's not committing to one tower. All right. And look at it. I love this pick. I love the druid choice here. Fantastic. Now let's see where he goes with this. I'm curious. Oh, it's a good start. Oh, he's got it. All he's got to do is upgrade it, right? It's over from here. He's won the race. Brilliant. Just brilliant. I love it. We got the sniper back. Interesting. I mean, he's just cruising now. I mean, we could have sent a little bit faster, but that's fine. Saving up for semi-auto. He's thinking now. He's thinking ahead, right? What are we doing for the MOAB? He's a forward thinker. Boom. 203 sniper. I love it. It's fine. It's perfect. We're going to speed this up a bit, you know? Did he cross? Okay, he cross-bathed it. We're going to stop at 203, though. And instead, get this super. And knockback tech. I love it. I think we're going for the Dark Knight, if I'm not mistaken. Ooh, he's okay. Good crosspath choice. Perfect. Over under on if he dark shifts at all this game. We'll see. Ooh, risky send here. What is it? Just a 52, and look at this. Pushing his defense. Oh. Oh, and he's got 3 MOABs to deal with. Oh, but no problem for Dark Knight. So we got 10k. What are we thinking about now? An ice? A 204. Interesting. I would have never thought about that one. Next tower on the agenda. Listen, I don't even hate that sticky bomb. I mean, MOABs are an issue. Boom, put a sticky bomb down. No problem. Now, 63 I'm a bit curious about, because I'm not really liking the 63 defense here. Oh, doesn't matter. He just fucking goes for it. Oh, wow. I'm super surprised this works. I'm gonna be honest. What's even popping 63 here? I don't even know. Quincy's not doing anything. This ninja's not doing anything. The ace isn't doing anything. I guess it's just a combination of like everything kind of working together. I mean, we do have ice. Oh, he is on fast forward the whole race. Listen, it's a race, okay? You don't call it a race for nothing. You gotta go fast. Okay. He's not even sending any rounds at this point. Ooh, are we getting Spectre? I think we're getting a Spectre by here. I think that's what's happening. God, we're just so close to death here. Oh yeah, we're getting a Spectre. Now, does he floor it here? Surely he floors it. No flooring! Come on, you have everything, man! You're good! Oh! Okay. I mean, he's got it. He's good. Spike Storm. Okay. Level 10 Quincy. Still have yet to Dark Shift. This ZMG is going to take a while. Oh, it looks... No, he's got it. 21-14. Oh, he doesn't show leader. I wanted to see where that would place him. You know, sometimes I wonder if this is the average racer. Or like, what percentile do you think this guy falls under? Like top 10%, top 25%, top 50%, or top 75? Or do you think this is out of top 75? I guess a good like control to look at is your mini leaderboard. You just look at what like what 50th is in your mini leaderboard, and that's usually a good representation of the whole leaderboard. I would say 50% based on minis. He recognizes the race button, but doesn't change his strategy around it. This is the same strat he used for chimps. Interesting. I wonder if that is, like, most top 50 players, or top 50% players. Like, they know chimp strats, and they just, like, apply that to races, but they press the fast forward button sometimes. Or they press the race button sometimes, you know? They don't actually craft... Like, at what point do racers actually start, like, crafting race strats, right? Like, at what point are people actually putting down, like, recursives and ROFs religiously? Always in races. And not just, like, 204 snipers and 204 ices, right? It's gotta be at least top 25%. I feel like at that point, you have, like, a basic understanding of ROF, and recursive is good. It's just, like, how do I build into this? How do I send rounds? Stuff like that, right? There's always like 5 people with 45-minute times. Yeah, I mean, those people are literally the ones that don't press the race button though, right? They don't even know it exists. So what was this time? This was a 21. This got 185 views. Chomp chomp. Okay. 224. ISAB, 224, 215, 225, 230, 310. Wait, this is the only race uploads? I would have for sure thought there would be like a lot of like 100 viewer Andys that upload like 4 or 5 minute times, you know? I'm shocked that there's none other than this guy. And this was even after the race. This wasn't even like a try to get views early. This was after the fact. So the slowest one of this is Calpas's, but then it's Phoenix's at 310. Oh god, he does the... Like, what is it? What does this even mean? Like, oh, you 100% need these? Like, how do you even decide what you do and don't need for MK? He knows all of them by heart. Well, I should know them by heart, but... because most of them are useful for races. $11K views. What are the view counts looking like? Yeah. It's like Finn and Phoenix, basically. Fucking ISAB only gets 5.6. First gets a decent amount. Yeah, it's actually interesting that the top 5s seem to be at least somewhat part of the algorithm. 2.2, 1.5, 1.3. There's a small market for it. My vid only got views because of the comments? Yeah, I've heard that helps. People kept commenting, that's 6th, not 1st. Okay. Okay. Let's move on. We haven't even finished this race, have we? Are we done? I think we're done. We've seen enough. Number 2. 2 for 1 special, okay? This week's race. 71,000 participants. Can we, hold on, can we extrapolate some data? If we have, if we're at 215, right? if we're at 215 here, right? And it goes up to 317 over 100, right? Where does okay, what I'm curious how we test our top 50% theory. Or just like where that time would end up, you know? On this race in particular. Can't you just you put you can put 1 over, it's just fractions, right? Or not. Yeah. You just go 1 over 215, 100 over 317. And then just multiply some stuff. You can check in the URL? I thought it only went up to 1K. What do you mean check in the URL? Infinity wanting to nerf base Ace? Thought he was the one who loved Ace start? Because he's smart and he understands race balance, okay? And he's not ideologically driven to unconditionally love Ace, okay? You could make a graph. Yeah, I could make that. Or I could watch some videos. This is... I don't know what this title or thumbnail is, but this is what I presume to be the race. Yes. Okay. This is... What is even the name of this race? 3 to the 3. 3 to the 3. I wonder why it's called that. First, third, second is coming soon. What? I missed 1 week. This is what happens when I miss 1 week? Okay. Let's just watch it. Let's see what's going on. This is Infinity, by the way, if you somehow couldn't tell. Oh. Okay, unsurprisingly, 5th ace start in a row. Shocking. Into Blade. Curious when we drop this Oben. Or if he lied. It only goes up to 1K. Yeah, that's what I said. You think I'm lying? I'm like, yo, can we get more than 1K? And she's like, nah, that's all we got. I'm like, alright, cool. I guess. That's how the cookie crumbles. Wait, Oben is dropped. Look at that sweet, sweet totem. Okay, farming. Who does this? Hold on. 0-2-1 first before getting Mauler. I've never seen that. Just a quick observation. Didn't even pop trees to sell every other part of his defense. $215.76. How close was top 3? Was this actually close? I'm going to assume it was. Yes, it was. 15.7, 15.8, 16.8, 17, 18, 19, 20. This should have been 21, 22, 23, 24, 24, 24, 25, 25. Okay, let's continue. Don't click on that. What did I just click on? Jesus Christ. Okay. This is a tier 3 only race. Classic. 10th time we've had that. At least it's kind of original, maybe. Although it's just shards, as usual, when it's any type of tier 3. And oh boy, look what it is. It's Ace. It's your favorite tower, Ace. Hold on. Okay, we gotta rant. We just have to rant. I'm sorry. It's time. Okay. We're gonna make this super simple. Graph. Okay. How do I draw this in a not dumb way? Okay, this is towers. Towers. Okay. Ace. Mortar. Actually, let's call this Buck. Buck. Mortar. What else is a good starting tower? Like Spolt. And then all of this is dog shit. Okay. This is like the current hierarchy of early game starting towers. Not exactly. Don't take this like Buck and Mortar and Spolt are not like... This isn't accurate, right? But like, just to get the idea of where Ace lies in relation to everything else, okay? No, Buck is actually a sleeper. It's actually a sleeper. If you have Buck, MK on last, and it's hitting both sides, it's actually insane what you can get out of it. I'm pretty sure it's like close to max 010 Ace with MK. Don't quote me on it, but I think I did tests before, and it was like shockingly insane. It's just we hardly ever get to like see its full potential because we hardly ever have it on like last MK map specifically for it, right? Okay, this is current Ace hierarchy. Okay, this is micro. This is no micro. Okay. So, I personally want Ace to be nerfed. Okay? Now, I don't have a vendetta against using Ace, okay? just because I am not good at ace micro has no bearing on my reasoning to want this to be nerfed, okay? The reason I want it to be nerfed is I like healthy balance in races. That's why I advocated for Roth nerf, for Solver nerf, right? Because I don't just hate towers, and I hate people that use them. I just want to see healthy balance, right? I don't want to see the same thing over and over and over and over and over again in a race, okay? Now, you could say, well, hold on, why don't you just ban the tower, okay? Now, to that I say, why don't we just try and balance things? We have the capacity and, like, the knowledge, and we can have conversations that are productive about balancing things, okay? We don't have to resort to just banning things that we deem to be too powerful, right? So, my proposal was to just change the Pierce from 5 to 4. That's it. Now, what does this do, okay? Number one, I'll tell you what it doesn't do. It doesn't affect Chimps players, okay? 0 effect on Chimps, okay? No person is playing a game of Chimps and is either A, microing their ace so that they're trying to Pierce cap it on, like, round 10, or B, it's not even possible to do that in the first place. You're not Pierce capping ace on any early round up until, like, 27? I don't even know. It's not happening, okay? So, 0 input from players that play Chimps on this balance change, okay? Let's get that out of the way. Number 2, if you're worried that, oh, I can't, like, micro Shredder as efficiently. Oh no, I have -1 Pierce on Shredder. Hey, listen, buddy, that's fine. Just add the Pierce to ODS or some shit. I don't care. Doesn't matter, okay? If you want it to be the same, just add it to a higher tier. Boom, problem solved. Chimps players have 0 input on this balance change, okay? Doesn't affect them. Let's get that out of the way, okay? Now, we move on to actual, like, how it actually affects races, okay? This is what it would actually do, okay? This is the current hierarchy. This is what it would actually do, okay? It would go from this to this. Okay? The amount of DPS, I don't like people like DPS, like DPS, okay? Really shitty graph, bear with me, folks. This is what it would do, okay? Boom, boom. Theoretical DPS moved down, okay? Now, what does this mean, okay? First of all, it doesn't mean that there is now a smaller or bigger difference between micro and no micro ace, okay? The difference is still the same. The amount of RNG is the same, the end of round is the same, everything is the same between micro and no micro ace if you minus the Pierce by 1, okay? People that micro the ace are still going to be way better off than if you don't micro the ace, right? Now, what it does is it brings the tower more in line with other starting towers, right? And I'm approximating here, but even in this hypothetical scenario that we nerf it, look at this shit. It's still above everything else in the game, right? Now, it's possible that no micro ace takes a hit enough that, like, you would want Buck or maybe Spolt on some particular maps over it. But that's fine, okay? If you're not going to micro your ace, you shouldn't be rewarded, like, on every single map in the game, right? But if you're going to micro your ace, even on dog shit maps for ace, it still is better than, like, 99% of starts we can do. Because all the other starts are just, they don't compare to ace, right? It's not even like some of these starts are bad. Like, Buck starting on some maps is super juicy. You get an 0-1 Buck, put it on last with MK, you are absolutely juiced up. It's insane, right? But the majority of the time, you're just always taking ace. And that's so boring, okay? It's not that I hate, it's not that I hate ace, okay? I like ace. I like that you can micro it and get way more potential out of it, right? And it actually takes skill in races. So even if you strat share with someone, right, it's not just like a free win. Like, you still have to execute the early game. I just don't want to see ace every single goddamn time it's enabled. There's been maybe 1 or 2 races in the history that we've had ace start and we didn't use ace. Either because we had like 1 life or like the map was actually just so terrible that we could only use one other thing, right? For whatever reason. So what this change aims to do is just bring it more in line with other towers, right? Again, this ace is still going to be more powerful than anything else we have, okay? You're still going to benefit from ace micro, and it's still going to be the same difference between microing it and not microing it, okay? Now, you might have other concerns. Let's explore those, okay? Oh, it's 2 RNG. The end of round is going to become worse. Incorrect. You're wrong, okay? What happens when you get end of round in a race, okay? You send out, like, a bunch of shit. Like, all this stuff is coming out, right? Look at all these balloons coming out, okay? Now, you're not going to keep sending balloons, because if you keep sending balloons, then you're never going to get end of round. That's why we always stop on a certain round, right? Look at this race, for example. Or, a better example would have been last race. Can we get... Like, look at this, right? We're stopping on 17. Now, could we send 18 or 19? Probably. Or even 20. Fuck it, right? But why are we not sending that? Because we need to get end of round, right? I want to get this tack shooter early. Let me snipe some end of round. Now I can send, and I have blade shooter, right? You sniping end of round, right, is not going to be changed by the pierce. Because when you're sniping end of round, you're sniping 2 or 3 balloons out in the wild somewhere, right? Like, pierce is not going to matter for that. Now, you could also say, well, hold on. Like, me getting to those end of rounds in the first place is going to be harder because it has less pierce, right? It can't pierce through more stuff, and thus I'm going to get end of rounds later. But that also doesn't make sense. Because inherently, if you have less pierce, you have to send less, right? It correlates to how much you send. So if we're used to being able to send, what, like 19, 18 with ace? Hey, guess what? We're going to have to back that up a bit. Maybe like 16, 15, 14, right? Not that extreme. Again, it's math dependent, yada, 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 whatever. But you're going to have to back it up maybe a little bit with the pierce nerf. So it all works out, right? We're sending less. It's not as oppressive. You're getting the same amount of end of rounds and, like, sniping potential as you would if you had the +1 pierce back, right? It doesn't matter. It's not an argument you can make, right? It doesn't make sense. What other arguments could you use that don't make sense? Let me see. Let me take a gander really quickly. That might be it. That might be all I have to say. Okay, yeah. So nerfing ace is not going to make it weaker than anything else. Okay, that's false. False. I've run the numbers. Not going to happen. Okay. Even if here, hypothetical world. All right, ready for this? Hypothetical world. My theoretical DPS on my 010 ace equals 010 mortar, okay? Let's disregard the fact that we don't get 010 mortar often at all, okay? And also disregard the fact that it's cheaper, right? Let's say it's the exact same DPS, okay? Mortar is inherently less good at getting end of rounds, okay? Why is that? Well, let's take a look. Are we done with this? Can screenshot this? Here. Get a nice screenshot on this one. Or what? You know what? Why don't you just save the image? And then give me a new image. Okay. This is what happens when you fire a mortar shot. Ready? It's gonna blow your mind. Look at this. Boom. Mortar shot. These are balloons, right? Balloon, 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 balloon. This is a track, alright? Boom. Mortar shot right there. Okay? Guess what Ace does? Ace does this, and then this. For fucking infinity. So, like, you can make the argument that it has the same quote-unquote theoretical DPS, right? But then you look at how that DPS is being distributed, and, like, it's not close. Ace just, it hits end of rounds better. You can manage it better. So if you need it to be on one part of the map at one point, you can make it there. And if you need it to be on another part of the map at another point, you can make it be there, right? It's way more flexible than Mortar. It's cheaper than Mortar. And it still out DPS's Mortar. Even with the nerf. Like, there's no reason that you can say to me right now to not nerf this tower. And I'm waiting. I'm waiting for a good argument. And it has not been presented to me yet. Maybe it's out there. And I am blind. But as of right now, I have not seen it yet. Okay? I was gonna say something else, right? Oh. If Ace is stronger, then you've raised the bar for a precise Ace start. What do you mean raised the bar? You just have to send less, right? We're not sending the same amount of stuff. That's the whole point, right? We're sending less because we want other stuff to be viable. That's the whole point of the change, okay? And you could also come and tell me, well, hold on. If it's still going to be better than everything else, then what's the point of changing it? And to that I say, okay, then why aren't we buffing it? Like, what if we just gave it +1 Pierce, right? Well, it'll help out, you know, it'll get more end of rounds, and it'll be better to play with. And, you know, it's not as precise. And, I mean, nothing else comes close to it, so why not, right? It's just a bad argument. It's bad logic, okay? It's not good to say that. The whole point is to lower the amount of times that it's going to be the 100% correct start, right? Maybe now, instead of always defaulting to Ace, you'll be like, okay, well, hold on. You know, there's a good bend here for Spolt, right? And it bounces off this wall, and we can send a little bit less for end of round. Like, you know, maybe Spolt is actually better here than Ace, right? Instead of just always 100% defaulting to, oh, just get an Ace, right? Yeah. And this also helps on maybe some no MK races, right? Where it's like, okay, no MK, well, hold on. Ace is really not as good as it could be without MK. Maybe Spolt is better here. Maybe this tower is better, right? That's the whole point of the change. And I don't know. I don't know if people just hate change or they hate nerfing things. I don't know. I don't know why you would be so opposed to something like this. Yeah. It just baffles me. I don't know. I think that's all I have to say on that one. Oh, I guess I can add one more thing. If you say, well, hold on, let's just buff every single other tower to be Ace's level, to that I answer, that's incredibly stupid, okay? I agree that we should maybe buff more early game towers. Like, maybe put more Pierce on larger potions, or rework stronger acid, or make faster throwing cheaper, or increase the Pierce of glaives, or whatever, right? +1 Pierce on super range attacks. A million things you could do, right? Increase the Pierce on fireball. Get some new race towers, new start towers in the game. But I think we should be balancing around, like, a Spolt level, or a Buck level, or a Mortar level of DPS, right? I think these are all adequately, like, fine, decent starters, right? I don't want to balance around the outlier that is Ace, right? I'd rather just pull Ace down a bit, right? Instead of buffing fucking every single thing to be Ace's level, Why don't we just do the way more simpler thing and just tone down the one tower that's the problem? That's it. That's all you gotta do. It's that simple. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Holy. Okay, where were we? What were we actually supposed to be doing? Reviewing the race, that's right. Okay. Forgot Gwen and Sada? What, on my, like, list? I have them. Right there, Gwen Sada. Oh, you meant on this. Yeah, whatever. Listen. It's just a rough outline, okay? Let's continue the review. So A start, not surprising, instantly to 27. Now granted, we start on round, what, 10 is it? Yeah, round 10. So we're not really sending 27 rounds, we're sending 17 rounds. But still, that's a lot of start. Into, boom, early blade. Into what else but cluster? I like that cluster spot as well. Opts for double cluster instead of going cluster into shards. Now, I mean, this is pretty logical progression, right? Like, Ace is the best start. The best cheap tower we can get is obviously Tack. I don't know if we had Druid this race, but... Oh no, we definitely did. Tack is just better to use over Druid in this instance. If leads aren't an issue, like if you're getting this and then going into a cluster, always go Tack. Especially if you have a bend like this. Look at how juicy this is. We're basically always getting at least 2 hits, if not more, on our tacks at all times. So juicy bend. We don't care about leads because we're instantly getting cluster, which is... I'm actually curious. Yeah. Man, that's crazy. If you look at every tower here, what overperforms? It feels like it's always cluster. Just a super overperformer here versus everything else. But it has already been nerfed a couple times, so I wonder if it's really justified in doing it again. How offset are these bombs? Kind of not really. They're basically the same. And then we go shard spam. It's a classic tier 3. What else are you gonna do? And the Oben drop for the totem. Saw a couple people top 50 doing this, but they had it in the back. Now, I'll bet you a very large sum of money that the reason we get this druid is solely for regrows. But if I'm wrong, possibly chime in on that one. Yeah, I mean, it's just... It's very strategic shards, right? 203, another shards. I'm also interested in the... how you found the exact ratio of shards to bombs to druids, right? And we get 4 druids here, then we get the bomb, then we get a second bomb, then we get a druid, then we get 2 more ices, right? Like, how do we come to this ratio? We decide that's enough, and then go on to get some money, get some shards, which shockingly do almost as good MOAB DPS as fighter planes. Probably also could have spammed Maulers here. He goes for 1 singular Mauler. Or 2, rather. Decamo for 78. Although, you probably could have just... You could have just put trees down, right? Surely that 100% eats up the entirety of the last 78 rave, no? Surely. I mean, there's not a whole lot to talk about with this one. It's one of those... The strat is shards and bombs, but what really matters is timing, placement, and the amount, right? Like, we go 2 bombs into 4 shards, into a druid, into a bomb, into 2 shards, 3 shards, another druid, 4th shard, 5th shard, 6th shard, and we spam like 3 clusters. I mean, there's definitely a method to the madness. I just don't know how he got there, or how you get like the ratio. Can we... What's going on here? Dude, everything about my internet just died. No chat, no music. What happened? What happened? Okay. Yeah, obviously there's a method to the madness. Don't know how he got there. Don't know how much time he spent experimenting. You know, what's to say not putting a 5th shard here would have done better, right? I don't know if he tried that, if he didn't. Look at my cash. 5th shard not worth. Look at your cash. 4 shards in good spots does more than 10 in bad spots. So your logic is, give me all the good spots, right? Give me where I'm getting 100% coverage of every part of the track, and then when all the good spots have been taken. See, do I even agree with you though? You're telling me no other spots here are worthwhile? Cash when I get 3rd, 4th ice, slow micro. So no other shard is worth it here. Obviously, I think your timing for the druid makes sense, right? You get druid as late as possible while still not regrowing anything, right? That makes sense. This is really the song? Okay. Yeah, so this makes sense. But then, like, okay, what is the rationale here? 203 bomb here? What if we got another shards, like, up top here, right? Above this bomb or something. Maybe it doesn't proc well, right? Maybe, I mean, next to this left one here, maybe that doesn't give good coverage, right? It's only getting a little bit of the exit. Fifth could have been done something, but won't profit in time. Okay, okay. So then we obviously we transfer to the next best scenario, or next area, which has a bunch of coverage, right? And is close to the back. So these are the two obvious shard spots, right? That makes sense. That's another obvious one. I think the fourth is probably above this one. We outbuff that. Get another one. Outbuff that. No outbuff. I'm curious if you ever outbuffed the bombs at all. If you ever tried that. Next to bottom bomb. Would, but not needed. Better off buying it at the back. Wait, why? What do you mean not needed? Round 66 wasn't really timing for me, limiting for me. It was more 115 to 120. You're talking here. That's what you're talking about? You do eventually put one in there. And then what's the rationale with this? Just no shard spots left, so we just get the 203s. Obviously, it looks like you probably do with one less 203. Actually, no, might as well. I mean, you didn't cross path one of them, so obviously it wasn't really needed, but just ignore that one. If I just want more shards, they might have been... God, I hate this heart emoji that's in the corner of my chat. Get off. I not proc. Okay. Clean wasn't bad anyway. I just barely failed clean here, but it was still a skill issue. Wait, you failed it? Oh, you did. Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of stuff on the screen that you could have just sold, right? I'm disappointed in you. You didn't use the Open Tree Tech as well, right? Didn't we talk about that? You just put it down and it gobbles up 78, no? Overall, not a really interesting race. If this race was somehow rated higher than the last race, then I have no faith in the rankers at all going forward. Because this race was definitely not as good as last week's. I feel like we've had similar races to this in the past, where it's just you put shards down and you proc shards because that's all you have. Clean is maybe a bit unique since it's fighter plane spam, but other than that, I was doing that, but in this open spot it didn't help. What do you mean didn't help? It clears it. What do you mean didn't help? I did a different start than Canny and Duke, but we afforded stuff same time-ish. I wouldn't be surprised many people rated 9.9 for Earthy. I don't know what that comment means, and I'm glad that I don't. Yeah, I mean, again, not a whole lot of variation. Like, you could change the fundamental, like, oh, what do I mean, let's just watch second, right? What am I talking about? Just watch the game, huh? This is a different tack spot. There was a lot of troll rankings this race, so why not just throw them out? What's wrong with that? If they're clearly trolling, then fucking ban them from ranking for like 3 weeks. Or more. Or just don't have them rank at all ever again. It's that simple. So different, this is a different spot. Which... he also sends different as well, 21. Alright, there's a couple different variations here. With the buck end of rounds. I'm shocked that this makes stuff. But I guess it hits enough. What's our timing here? Just curious on this. With heavy bomb, 25. $23. We get it earlier. Heavy bomb at... okay, so basically same. Early 45. Did we early 45 here? Yeah, basically. Both double. I'm curious, I didn't play enough. What was the rationale for going double over 1 cluster, 1 shards early? Triple shards. See, this shards feels like it's in a really shitty spot. Two cluster let you go 45 earlier. We banned for 9.9, but then lots of people got mad. That sucks to be them. Shards adds more DBS, but it's inconsistent no matter where you put it. 100% reliant on shards to not die to 46. Fair. Whoa! How far away from the track are we going here? Surely we could have put that. I mean, it doesn't matter, but... I mean, yeah, it doesn't matter that much. It's just kind of a little bit funny that it's that far. Well, here we go. Here's some difference, right? First of all, no druid. So... doubting the validity of how important druid was. And second... doing a bunch of alk buffs on our clusters here. Again, most of the time you always alk buff cluster just because you're going to recursive, right? But I don't know really the theory of just alk buffing a raw cluster. I mean, it definitely still increases the damage a fuck ton, but is it worth it to... with the money you lose on selling it, and also you could have just gotten another shards or something, right? Pretty similar runs with no druid. He opts for maulers instead of fighter planes. I feel like maulers did way better there. Than shards. No, he does put shards down. He sent 79 earlier. I don't know about this. I don't like this last sniper, right? I think the theory is you want it to just always hit the last rainbow on 78, and you also get the attack speed bonus. But I'd rather it just be, like, doing actual substantial damage to, like, BFBs, right? Like, I think that just pays itself off more than it not doing any damage to any blimp. But being slightly faster on the clean. Like, I don't need to be slightly faster on the clean if I just clean everything earlier by having them on strong, right? He opts for no Oben as well, so I'm also questioning really how important Oben was to the strat, I'll be honest. It's a nice slow, but is it that important of a slow if we're already pierce capping everything here? Oben was huge for me. Right. Went from 1 hour with nothing to 2 runs in 10 minutes? It splits up the balloons. Yeah, I know the slow. Let's see what it does here, alright? Places the totem down. And shit gets slowed. Uh-huh. I mean, I'm not doubting that it helps. I'm just wondering if it was actually helping better than anything else you could have done, right? Maybe. We've already watched this, haven't we? Yeah, I mean, he cleans really nice here. And it's actually crazy that your clean almost fucked you over, too. Because, you're what? 0.7? 0.8? 0.05 away? That's why you always work on clean before anything else. Let's go 3rd place and see what's different. Right. There's an interesting last there. Very interesting shard spots. I'm curious. Tried that spot, it was decent. Yeah, I mean, it looks like it could be really nice, right? Because you get the last and then you transfer the first. Maybe as your, like, third bomb or something. Maybe not necessarily start. Just a theory. This one's similar to Canny's. Yeah, that makes sense. Nothing super incredible about this one. There's only so much you can talk about when it's basically the exact same towers. I doubt he did anything mind-blowing for clean either. Does 302 mortar catch, or 302 sub catch everything here? Or that would just been an easier way to do it? Not fucking around with mortar? This is also not over until the end like the previous one, but for the wrong reason, no clean towers on. Yeah, I mean it wasn't super nuanced, right? I mean there might have been a debate like Maulers versus fighter plane. I would have probably liked to see sub here. Unless there's no way you're getting Pierce cap by shit, right? Yeah. Again, it's not much to say about that one. At all. Fifth. This is 2 seconds behind third. Everyone's doing a lot of different bomb spots I'm seeing. God, I hate bomb on close. It's just, I don't like its consistency. Bomb on last for me is just so nice, right? Because last is 100% going to be consistent, because there's always going to be a balloon on last, right? Whereas close, first, and strong, always all change, right? So whenever I can, I always like to have my bombs on last. Just like any tower on last. That shoots like that AoE, right? Which would be, I guess, just bombs? You don't put boomers on first, or last. You don't put, tags don't have targeting. I guess you always have your bucks on last. But then I'd say, yeah, I'd like my bucks on last better than any other targeting as well, for grapes. It's all about the consistency, you know? Double druid. Yep. Looking pretty same old, same old. Yeah, there's not much here, is there? It's fine. It's a top 5 time, but that's all you're getting. How? Why was your clean so scuffed? What happened? 79 was it? You probably sent it as late as possible without... Yeah. These are probably gonna micro it slightly better. And that is 3 to the 3. A very predictable race. Output, I mean, 71,000. That's got to be up there for one of the most of all time. Will we ever have a race break 100k? It's possible we've had that in the past, during the era where this shit wasn't tracked, unfortunately. But, we might never know. But maybe in the future. The ISIS stops Cerams at the front. If I had 2 clusters there, it'd be fine. What do you mean? The ISIS stops Cerams at the front. If I had like 2 clusters there, it'd be fine. The front. Oh, you mean for clean? Okay. Yeah. I thought you were talking about like the middle of the race or some shit. Nerf base ace? True. We had to do that shit like back in the day when we all protested like weird stuff on the leaderboards. What was it? Nerf or stop Gwen race. Classic. I submitted a race without end of round? What, like a fucking race mod or like a video from this race? 50mm race, please. Yeah, that one, true. Alright. Oh, you know what I could do? What is this race name? Hey, that's me. Wait, why does this show up but not MOAB Clashers? Top 1%? 244? It's just top 50 but slowed. I'd be super curious to see like 3 to 4 minute times where you can tell there was like 0 input from a top 50 video. Like it's just their strat completely crafted on their own. Wait, he did a really early 29. He probably just delays this super hard, right? The easiest way to beat this race was just top 50, but do it super slow. Like 1 shard before you even send 40. Yeah. I mean, that's not bad. It's an easy top 1% if you do it this way, right? And even then, he leaks a bit. Most people in top 1% can't get top 1% without those guides. I don't know if it's badly executed though. I think it's just like lazy, right? Like, oh, it's top 50. Let me just slow it down and get a free top 1%, right? Not everybody, obviously, but I feel like a decent amount of people possibly do that, right? They see the top 50, they're like, fuck that micro, I just want to go slower. 030 Druids, when the vines instant break frozen. Does he not get the cross path? There's an MK for them to not do that, but they do it anyways? All magic monkeys pop frozen. Oh, so it's bugged is what you're saying. Yeah, I mean, this is really just top 50 with slowed. Give me some actual... Some actual different strats. Oh, this guy! Ali Hus Jas. Dude, only the OGs remember this guy. No views. I'm his first... Oh, 11. This guy was on the leaderboard at one point. With, like, hacked top 3s. Like, literally, like, 7 firsts, couple seconds, couple thirds. Like, a long, long time ago. I wonder if he just made a new account. A 720. Well, it's probably the same account. 7. Oh yeah, what is this? What is this? This FX. See this? I had that on my game as well. At one point during co-op. See this FX right here? I have no idea what that is. Or if that's even relevant to anything. But I also had it, and I was super confused. Copied the same badge as a swag set? Yeah. Yeah, what is this video? The Oben start. Man, people love dropping down their hero first in races. People love doing that shit. There's gotta be a cutoff where you can visibly see. Maybe this is like top 25%. Where people don't start with their heroes, right? There's definitely a line somewhere. A metal line where that exists. You can draw. Sorry I'm late, but in the console window, it logs a dump of the raw race data. I guess that's directed towards infinity, because I have no idea what that means. He's got a 203, but only sends to 25. Okay. We're just gonna skip ahead on this one's not as interesting as that other guy. That other guy really had thought and effort into his, but this is kind of just, I don't know. Not feeling this one. Alk buffing our cannon ship, but not our cluster. We've shinobi buffed this 023 ninja as well. I mean, at least we're cross-pathing our alks. And we've microed them to strong as well. The little details. The strong micro on the alk. I do this all the time. Every alk that I've ever put down in this game, instantly microed to strong, alright? Even if it's not touching a single ounce of track, I just instinctively put it on strong. Directed to anyone that wants to do some analysis with race data. Dude, I wish I was not, like, incredibly stupid. Because I would love to do so much shit with, like, race stuff. Times, leaderboard, data, like everything, right? But I wouldn't know where to start, and I just don't have the expertise to go down that path. So I'm at least glad that other people are able to do that. Just learn? Yeah, no, I probably could. But, not at the moment. Did you get Epic BTD6 for mods? No, I've had the Epic version for like months. I just haven't installed mods on it yet. And technically I have like 5 Steam alts, but I've lost the passwords to those long ago. Well, by that I mean I haven't looked into getting them, but they're probably not recoverable. Okay, this is a bit boring. Is that the only good the good video we have? Yeah, that's what it looks like. With an early Calpus. Dude, you can get a creator. What is this? You can get a creator support with 1.6k subs? Dude, where's my creator support? Get my shit up to 1k. Double 203? Yeah, this actually seems not terrible for a day 0 strat. Dude, these MOAB skins need to just... They just don't need to exist. What am I looking at? Stay subscribed because it will be the biggest video I have ever made? Would you just post, huh? Oh, he hasn't posted it yet. That's crazy. Okay. I might make this a recurring thing. We look up every single uploaded race for that week. What was the longest that wasn't that? Pars 259? What did he possibly do in this one? No ace start. Alk shards. Hold the line at 62 though. How many people play normal boss? 8,100? $71,000. 8,100. 2,000. This is where the effort of NK is being put into. Is bosses, dog. Just give me a crumb of race content. Anything. Pro gameplay, true. Anyone can make a creator code? Wait, what does that mean? You have to be like whitelisted on their shit? Because surely you have to get the revenue somehow, right? Like if you get a portion of the revenue from an in-game purchase, that has to be like authenticated somehow, right? There's no way they just let any random Joe Schmo like have it. I made one, but Infinity was taken? I don't think that means that anyone can do it. I just think that it's... Yeah, they had to verify you. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, so you can make one. But, yeah. Do it with your Google account. Yeah. Okay. Is that all that I had to talk about? I ranted about, Ace. Oh. You know what I could do? Fuck. I should just make a server and just have people post, like, balance changes for races. Because doing that in the actual balance server is just, it's cancer. Because half of the time, it's either a circle jerk about 2 TCs and wanting to buff, like, I don't know, like, oh, I want a glue start. Oh, can we buff glue so I can glue start? Because that's going to make a huge difference in anything that's not 2TC, yeah? Or it's just shitting on any part of the game that isn't challenge editor chimps, right? Nobody cares about bosses, nobody cares about races, nobody cares about monkey knowledge, nobody cares about anything else, that nobody cares about farms, right? So those two things aside, no actual good discussion happens. Or like people don't have any, like, I don't know. So I feel like there should actually just be a place where you talk about races and about balancing them, where you're not just gonna get fucking instantly like garbage thrown at you. I can personally invite Tarn and Ron. Yeah, I bet they'd love to be in a server with you. I think that's their first priority, is making sure that you're definitely there when they join. They would love that. Sign up? Oh, for the fucking CT shit? Wait, does this leak something? Oh! I don't think that leaked anything. I don't think there's anything to leak, whatever. And I'd also just have the server to help the content creation, or not the content creation. The what is it? What did I call it before? The like history project of like documenting the history of races, because that hasn't happened for the past year and a half. But other than that, I don't think there's anything else. Ranted about Ace. I could ask like the two people here about balance changes for certain towers, but I don't know how productive that would be. Also, how long has this music not been going on for? Hello? Bit of a yikes moment there. Give me something? Anything? Hello? You haven't activated Windows either? I'm gonna stop using Windows. And I'm going to exclusively move over to Linux. And that is... I'm not actually joking. I might dual boot into like some custom Windows 11 ISO if I really can't like use Linux for one particular thing, but my goal is just going to be to daily drive Linux for however long I can. If you write specific data you want, I can get it? No. Just like documenting stuff. Like on bro can't code but wants to lose. You don't have to know anything about code to use Linux. What does that even mean? The only reason I want to use Linux is because A, maybe I can, you know, increase my knowledge about like command line shit, right? At least a small amount. Not be so illiterate. And B, I hate Windows and everything that it does. It's awful. There's just garbage everywhere. I hate my philosophy in life, okay? Here's a hot tip. A hot take and a hot tip for everyone there, okay? Don't accept garbage, okay? Windows is just garbage, objectively. If Linux ran on like 100% of games, like everyone should just immediately switch to Linux. If you don't need some specific piece of software for like enterprise use that Windows uses, right? Or that only runs on Windows, right? Assuming every single game ran at the same level that it did on Windows, no gamer would ever use Windows, right? Windows would be exclusively for business only, right? Which is, I mean, it's already all Windows. So, yeah, you can, like, know absolutely nothing about Linux, and you will still have a better experience on it than Windows. Because I've tried Linux in the past, right? I hooked it up on my laptop at one point, and I tried to install it on my PC, and it was cool, but then my RAM was faulty, so everything just went to hell, and I had to revert back to my Windows install. Yeah, I mean, another thing too is most programs are just going to work better on Windows. But for me, I use like 3 programs total, and all of them work flawlessly on Linux, so it doesn't bother me at all, right? So, and yeah, maybe it can like help me actually, you know, use the terminal slightly more than I do now, right? Yeah. AH key doesn't work on Linux? Yeah, that's fine. There's definitely, I know this for a fact there's alternatives. Where was... I'm not gonna leak anything, right? Surely this is... Nothing is here is leaked, right? Surely... What flavor? Probably Fedora. I was looking at Nobara, possibly. Just because it's so fucking noob friendly. But not dead set on anything. Enter-string my image waifu 2x art noise. Oh yeah, that's the upscale image thing. You put in waifu 2x and it just fucking upscales your image by 2 times, which I use for every single I have to use it. I'm forced to use it for every single thumbnail I take, because I don't know how it's possible that we live in 2023, but every screen cap and screenshot of every racer's video is in like 240p quality somehow. It might have something to do with like artifacting and balloons. I mean, obviously it does, right? Because there's a lot of shit happening on the screen. But it needs a little bit of an upscale boost. Okay, I don't know what I was looking at. Yeah, when I meant like race data, I just meant like putting stuff on fancy pictures and timelines and stuff. That's what I meant. But also getting the actual data for like the 100 races that we're missing. In like a spreadsheet and organized and stuff, right? So that the boss can use it. Use Arch? Smiley face? Listen, I don't know enough about what to and do not to use, okay? I'll do my research, but, okay. What was I doing? Why am I in GIMP? Oh, I was gonna show that thing. Yeah, I don't care anymore. Leave. Okay. That's probably it. How long have I been live for? 3 hours? Jeez. What have I been talking about? What has been happening? Don't forget to custom compile the kernel to your CPU for best BTD6 performance. Yeah, that sounds like a joy to do. Okay. Most XP tower? Fuck, I don't know. Oh, definitely sniper. I don't think there's one that's close. Yeah, no, it's my sniper. 1.2 billion. And I don't even know what is half of that. Sub is probably the next closest. Probably guess where that's coming from. Oh, Alex up there. A 1.9 on the Beast Handler. What a awful tower. Okay. That might be it. Beast Handler will be the most someday? Yeah, I bet. It isn't that hard, just follow a guide? Right, but what does that even mean? I can't even contextualize what that means, right? Like, am I getting better performance? Am I getting, like, better latency? Like, what does that even, right? Like, I can read that sentence and you can be like, oh, it's better for your whatever. But, like, I don't know what that means, right? Without looking it up. I don't even have Beast Handler. What are you, Ava with mid-path Boomer? What is this? Don't care. Alright. I think that's it. I could talk about low tier tower race balance, but I doubt that is that interesting. Customizing your Windows ISO before install. Yeah, you know what? I'll look into that at some point. But not right now. I'm done. I'll see you folks next week. Any last questions, comments, or concerns? Say them now. Or forever be silent. Alright, adios, amigos.